Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna be building in the world of Evergreen Harbor, which comes with the Eco Lifestyle Pack in the Stonestreet Apartments number 3 lot. This lot is a 9 by 13 apartment lot with a total value of 53,150 simoleons. It has a lot trade, reduce, and recycle, but it can be removed. So originally I wanted to renovate the student housing in the world of Rochester, but I just couldn't find the energy needed to renovate a lot that big, and so I decided to renovate this apartment to make a shared student apartment instead. So in my mind, this apartment is shared by two flatmates who are pretty close, so later in the build I actually built them an office slash computer room for them to study or play in. This is because I've always wanted to live in this type of apartment if I'm in college. I imagine sharing this space with one of my close friends, and having that study or playroom sounds like an awesome idea. So yeah, anyways, let's get on with the build. Here I just finished the layout of the kitchen. I went with the cheap fridge and counters at the start because I thought that a student apartment shouldn't be that fancy, but shortly after I just threw that idea out of the window because I ended up building them a gaming room anyways, and as you can tell from the total cost, it is not starter friendly. So yeah, the kitchen is all white. It was just a placeholder furniture initially, but I thought it looked okay and basic enough for a university student, and I made sure to clutter the counters like I would do if I lived there. So since this apartment is for students, I played around with the color palette a little bit, especially in the living room, because I usually use more subtle and monochromatic colors, and so I tried to incorporate brighter colors than usual. Oh, and also I put in heating radiators in all of the rooms. It's just a random idea I had. I personally live in a tropical country, and so I don't ever need a heater. I use air conditioning all year round because it's very hot here. Okay, moving on to the living room here. So first I used the sofa and love seat from Parenthood, but I just think that there's too many colors going on, and since the sofa and love seat combo from the season's pack match better, I used that instead, and I think it looks great. Maybe a little bit too much green, but the wood tone matched nicely with all the dark wood I used throughout the room. So here you can see that I put down some sports clutter, a floor speaker, and some storage. I just think that those are pretty believable for an apartment like this. Like maybe the sports equipment were left behind by some friends and they like to listen to music together in the living room. And I also made this custom shoe rack. It's just something random that I thought of making, so I put the wall chopping block and a shelf to make this shelf shape, and then I put the shoes and some boxes on top of it. So behind the sofa, I also put a hallway table. I used the fishbowl here, and I don't think I ever used that item, maybe except for the first house I ever built on The Sims 4. But I think that college students trying to take care of small animals, like a goldfish, is a funny idea, so I just put it there. Okay, next we will be moving on to the dining area. So there's not a lot going on here in terms of furnishing. I managed to fit a dining table to fit 6 Sims with matching chairs from the Parenthood pack. I also hung up the dog painting from Cats and Dogs, and the blue paintings are also from Cats and Dogs. I'd like to think that these students got these pictures off of a yard sale or like from a random pawn shop or something. And I also paired the table with this rug from Laundry Day. It has a blue swatch that matches well with the dining chair swatch. Next to the dining table, I put a keyboard facing the wall to the study room. I imagine one of the roommates to be a talented musician, so maybe they would sometimes play music here for whenever they have friends over or maybe on game nights. So before going in the bedrooms, there's a tiny hallway to the bedrooms and the bathroom. I put in a hamper and some laundry, and I made sure to use the non-functional one so that playing in this apartment doesn't need a washing machine and a dryer. Alright, so this orangey bedroom that I'm furnishing is for the roommate who is more into music. That's why I put a guitar and some posters near the bed. I also used the bed from Snowy Escape in a swatch I've never used before, also one of my favorite plants from the Blooming Rooms kit. So this sim has 2 wardrobes, and there's no specific reason as to why I did it. I just kinda liked it that way. I also used the orange swatch for the big wardrobe to match with the walls better. And I put in the mirror with the lamps and also the rug from Strangerville. So for this next bedroom, this is for the roommate who's more into painting. I gave them the bed in the red swatch to match the walls better. Also, I used more dark wood here compared to the last room. I put this blue tinted lava lamp randomly and I paired it with the snowy escape lantern on the other nightstand. I also gave this room a fiddle leaf fig plant with the big wardrobe and standing mirror in the brown swatch. So since this sim is a painter, I gave them an easel, also some newspaper to catch all the paint, and I also gave them a paint bucket. And I know this paint bucket is more suited for a wall paint rather than canvas paint, but I still think it looks good. I put the paint buckets on top of what I imagine to be the shoe storage for the sim. I also gave them a trash can for all those dirty newspaper and dry paint. Also, I decorated the walls with some skateboards. For the bathroom, there's really nothing new. I decorated it like I always do with the shower top combo, the parenthood sink full of bathroom clutter, a medicine cabinet, a towel rack, and not forgetting the bath mat and also the radiator. Now onto the most exciting and undoubtedly my favorite room on this entire build. I think half of this video is only me decorating this room because this is the last room I furnished in the build, but we're only like 6 minutes in. So this apartment originally only has 2 rooms, and once I did my floor plan, I noticed that it could easily fit 3. And so I looked back at my uni experience, and one thing that I regretted the most was not separating between my sleeping area and my study area. And also I have this really small desk that didn't fit anything, so I never really studied in my own room. I always go to my friend's place to study. So that leads me to build this study room slash gaming room. I intentionally decorated this like a Twitch streamer's room, but it's actually just to separate the study area and the living slash sleeping space. So I imagine I would have loved to have a space like this with my roommate. I put in a mini fridge for like maybe energy drinks, coffee, or just snacks. And there's also this TV in the middle, a speaker for them to listen to music, and of course comfy office chairs so that they can be comfortable if they need to study into the morning. And yeah, I really like this room. I wish I could have had something like this back in uni. And one last thing I forgot was to put in a gaming console on the living room. And that's it. After this, we will be moving on to the screenshots, and as always, what do you guys think of the build? This build will be on the Sims 4 gallery. My ID is LouisRP7, and that is LOUISRP7. And what do you guys think I should build next time? Leave it down in the comments below if you have any ideas, and don't forget to like the video, share it, and hit the subscribe button. I post my videos on Fridays, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!